The history books, they tell of their defeat in 45. They all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. They say the prisoner of Spandau was a symbol of defeat. Whilst Hess remained in prison, then the fascists they would beat. So the promise of an Aryan world would never materialize. So why did they all come out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died? The world is riddled with maggots. The maggots are getting fat. They're making a tasty meal of all the bosses and bureaucrats. They're taking over the boardrooms and they're fat and full of pride. And they all came out of the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. So if you meet with these historians, I'll tell you what to say. Tell them that the Nazis never really went away. They're out there burning houses down and peddling racist lies. And we'll never rest again until every Nazi dies.
Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Woke up one morning and there were soldiers. The invasion had begun. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Lend me your shoulder, we'll stand together. But I feel my time has come, and if I die here for the resistance, oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. And if I die here for the resistance, you must lay me in my grave among the flowers upon the mountain. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Among the flowers upon the mountain, let me rest among the brave. Someday the people will pick the flowers. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Someday the people will pick the flowers, and they will remember my name. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of the resistance. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. This is the flower of the resistance, and those who died for liberty. This is the flower of our resistance, and those who died for liberty.
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Don't scab for the bosses, don't let...
Hello there, hello there. Hello there, YouTubes. And Twitch, naturally, of course. How the devil are we all? I am alive. I thank you for asking. Although if you were asking whether I was alive, that would suggest that you think of, there's some sort of conspiracy situation going on. Also, I'm trying a slightly different lighting setup. Hopefully that it looks nice. I don't know. But, yeah. Either way. Chatty chats. Remember, confuse the algorithm. Hit the thumbs up button. True. You should do that. Also, you should go and check out... I put out the thing from yesterday. Where is it? The stream, I edited it a bit as well. Ooh, fancy. Of the Jake Paul and Andrew Tate and Christopher Columbus getting fucked up bit. So if you want to go and check that out and give it a thumbs up, comment, etc., that would be much appreciated. I'll pin that there. And oh, it's already pinned. Why would a story ahead of me? Ahead of the game. Fuck yes. Anyway, how is everybody? Are we well? I do hope so. Yes. Anywho. Yeah. So, yeah, we got some stuff coming up in just a second. Lighting is better, to be fair, a more natural look. Yes, indeed. You need layering, chat. Just shining a big light at one's face isn't quite enough. You need light to be projected on the other things that can be seen and your own face, but without casting a shadow on the other thing. Layering. So yeah, hopefully it's a bit better. Anyway. What the fuck? 255. Remember back in 2022 when I got you to read the AI story about you Rory dating? Like back when that kind of thing was still novel. I got a thing today that said I'm one of the first 0.1% of people to use ChatGPT, and I think that might be why. Why what? I don't know. But okay, thank you. Why are we doing this? Stop doing the streak thing. It's fucking annoying. I appreciate the regular viewership. That's lovely. You don't need to tell me. I can fucking see you. You annoy me all enough as it is, okay? The Black Panthers are back. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Okay. I mean, let's be honest, chat. How long before Trump designates them a terrorist organisation and killings start? Like... yeah, that's fucking wild. Okay, I mean, I'll wait and see. Let's hope they don't turn out to be fucking weirdo, like, you know. What was that guy? The weirdo. Land back! That guy. What was his name? I can't remember, but he was a delightful mentalist. Anyway. So. Yes. I spent today, you know I did something productive. Chat. I did a productive thing. As soon as I say don't do the streak thing, you all do the streak thing. For fuck's sake, Kev. Will you never learn? Did you see that Rachel Reeves announced she is a proud Zionist? Oh, that happened ages ago. She wouldn't have become Chancellor if she weren't.
Stop it. Get some help.
She really should. Thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting a sub to my rear end. Much love to you both, legends. And thank you, Sib Wolf, for 52-month streak. of resubscribing. That is, genuinely thank you. That is a long amount of time. Thank you. Anyway, I was productive. I cleaned all the downstairs rooms. So I cleaned the living room, the kitchen, the kind of back room. So I've got essentially 2 living rooms, but whatever. Which was nice. Did all that by midday. Get a phone call from my brother, the father of my niece and nephew, to say, not the father of the other nephew, that's a different person, saying that he had to take the niece to a ballet recital that they'd totally forgotten about. It's a Christmas thing, anyway, and so guess who was stuck with a 18-month, nearly 2-year-old for the afternoon, which was lovely. But it does rather destroy all of my productive efforts, because that motherfucker tore this house up. And so, which is like, that's what kids do, right? But like, I'd spent 2 hours cleaning up and fucking vacuuming and it looks like a fucking bomb hit the place. It's fucking ruined. Little bastard. Little fucker. Ballet, how bougie. No, girls do ballet in Britain. There are working class people who do ballet in Britain. Not necessarily, they don't necessarily become professional or anything, but she's a fucking 4-year-old. Leave her alone. Anyway, yeah, so I spent a lovely afternoon with my nephew. And then when he started crying, I was able to hand him over to his father again. It was delightful. Huzzah. Saying Trump should declare him a terrorist reminds me of... Oh, the 4 Lions bit. Yeah. True. Exactly. Billy Elliot did ballet, and he was working class in the 80s, so... Checkmate. Anyway, what the fuck am I talking about? If you wanted to help me out in my endeavours to keep my house tidy, then there's nothing you can do. Okay? There's nothing you can do to help me there. But if you wanted to help me out more broadly, if you're on Twitch, you can hit the follow button and subscribe with Amazon Prime, give subs to the community, you can do bits messages, 200 bits or more gets you a text-to-speech. You can do super chats via the Streamlabs link below. $2 or more there gets you a text-to-speech. You can help me out on Patreon and or PayPal. I've got a Discord, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I think that's about it. There is another one, but I don't mention that because it's just a fascist hellscape now, so don't go there. And also, I think I'm probably just going to completely stop using it now because even the DMs are fucking broken. Curtis, friend of the show, Curtis, from Turn Left, wanted me to be on Friday's show because it was the last of 2025. Except, of course, I got that message a day late. Masterful gambit, Mr. fucking Musk. So, that's why I wasn't on that show on Friday. Very frustrating. Anyway, if you're on YouTube, hello YouTube. You can subscribe. You can hit the thumbs up button. It helps in the algorithm. Yippity doo dah. You can hit the bell icon to get notifications of when I go live. Even though that sometimes doesn't work, but you should do it anyway. It probably helps in the algorithm. Or not, I don't fucking know. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really care that much either. But it might, whatever. Whatevs. You can become a member for 99p. You can give memberships to the community at that same price. Although it's not really a price, because it's basically no amount of money. So, you know, come on now. Come on now. It's cheaper than a can of Red Stripe. Or indeed, in some places, a Freddo. Disgusting. Anyway. Yeah, you can also do super chats and super thanks and super stickers. Lots of super going on YouTube, but only if you give money in that particular way. Anyway. Chat. I put out a little shout out on the Discord. Again, go and follow me on the Discord. Not follow me. I mean, it's my Discord, technically. But honestly, as always, Wayward Historian puts way more into it than I do. I've got no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Anyway, I put a shout out on the Discord earlier saying, what do you want to watch tonight, lads? And one of the main reasons I am streaming is to defeat the cynicism of Kieran Saunders. Yeah, that's right, Kieran Saunders of the chat. I don't know if they're in right now or whether they come in later. Maybe they watch it later. I don't know. But either way, their cynicism needed to be checked. Okay? Here we go again. Because, dear Chatterinos, our Prime Ministerial anal sex correspondent knew all too well.
The return of the sausages.
Happy Xmas, you filthy animals.
Quality reference point, we'll get to it. I usually, when I do that, it means I'm going to go to sleep and then not wake up for several hours and probably miss stream. But not this time.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
No, I won't fucking do it. Okay? Your jaded cynicism will not run here, Kieran.
The return of the sausages.
Just thought I'd check in to ask how that Ashes thing is going on. That's a cricket thing, right?
Oh, the Ashes.
And you like cricket, I believe.
Yes. I misheard that. I heard that as the fascist thing. So I was a bit concerned as to the direction of the question at that point. Yeah. So hey, Solly heard it as well. Yes. The fascist thing, and I'm like, can someone clip that so we can hear it back to see if like I was hearing things? Can someone clip it? I don't know how to clip things. Technically, I earn my living on this website, but I don't know how to fucking use it. Anyway, and I was like, the fascist thing? Excuse me? But no, the Ashes thing, which is indeed... what was the TTS prompt wording? No, it said Ashes, because that's why I lent in, because the writing's quite small. That's why I prefer the fucking noise anyway, because it means I don't have to read the fucking thing. Because then I have to like lean in and be like, oh, the tiny little writing. Anyway, the point being, they did say Ashes, and that is a cricket thing, and I do like cricket. It's going very poorly for England, so if you don't like England, cool, I guess. Although it must be slightly strange for the Welsh, because it's technically the England and Wales cricket team. So, like, that's still your team as well. In a national sense, rather than, like, you have to support it. Of course you don't. But, anyway, it's going very poorly for England, is the point. Very, very, very poorly. When I say they did well to only lose by 82 runs in the previous game, because it looked like they were going to lose by over 200.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Thank you, Gennaro. I'll turn that off for a second. That when you're engaging in that level of cope, when you're engaging in the level of cope of, oh, we didn't lose too badly this time. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I wanted to press the cope fucking thing, and I haven't plugged the thing in again. Fuck. Why do I keep taking it out? Oh, for the... yeah, anyway. I've got like a USB charger, and it's the only hole left. Giggity. So, yeah. Bazball is very gimmicky. Well, it doesn't fucking work, fundamentally. The whole point of any sport that works as a sport is that it's attack versus defense. No team who is only good at one of those two things can win. So if all you do is just attack, what's the fucking point? You're not going to fucking win. God almighty. Anyway, so that's, yeah. I'll get to the noises in a second. I need to deal with the Stream Deck. Once you figure out how to counter it, it's like countries. Oh, hang on. Well, exactly. Yeah. Once you know what to do, when you're a one-trick pony and that trick gets worked out, you have to change. Otherwise, you're going to lose every time. I personally don't get cricket. Too long and boring for me. Same with snooker, darts, and Formula One. Go. Get out. We don't want your kind around here. Okay? You're not welcome. It's disgusting. Get out. Billy Elliot is a class traitor, yes or no? Is he a class... I can't really remember the movie very well. Just by doing ballet, no. Didn't his dad try and scab? But that's his dad. That's not Billy Elliot's fucking fault. I can't remember. Also, I don't really care. But it's a lovely question. What say you, chat? Billy Elliot, is he a wrong un? Where we at? There we go. Right. The much delayed.
You are coping and seething.
He does abandon his community. To be fair, I don't imagine there are many jobs for ballet dancers in the Durham coal mines. Yeah, he probably had to move to London. Like, is that abandoning? See, now I'm thinking of northern fucking coal mining bits in London. I'm thinking of the Great Pete Postlethwaite bit. We have to... Oh, God. I wasn't planning on starting the show with this, but... From the movie Brass Stuff, which you should definitely watch. It's fucking awesome. Anyway. The monologue. Here we go. So anyway, the whole story is they play in a colliery brass band at the time when the mines are being torn down. They're being closed and all the rest of it, right? And they go to London and they win the prize at the Albert Hall. And Pete Postlethwaite, who is like the band leader guy, they think he's too ill, but then he turns up. And the denouement of the film is an amazing speech he gives, which honestly moves me, genuinely moves me. Here we go. He did have coal lung. Actually, this is a great example, by the way, of, you know, anti-sex work people, when they're going about like, oh, it's selling your body. Mention that how is a coal miner not selling their body? If you think a coal miner is not selling their body, you have not seen someone with black lung. Or indeed a man I knew from Derbyshire, who was a former coal miner, who had what was called vibration white finger, which is a condition which affects the extremities that are used to using extreme drill thing. So essentially a kind of hyper form of repetitive strain disorder, where because of the repeated vibrations going through their hands for years and years and years and years, they often get uncontrollable shakes, literally like completely uncontrollable, to the point of them breaking down emotionally. Like, I saw this man cry because he literally couldn't control his arms. If you think that isn't selling your body, I don't know what to tell you.
This band behind me will tell you that that trophy means more to me than aught else in the whole world. But they'd be wrong. Truth is, I thought it mattered. I thought that music mattered. But does it bollocks? Not compared to how people matter.
I thought music mattered. Does it bollocks? Not compared to how people matter. Glorious.
Winning this trophy won't mean bugger all to most people, but us refusing it, like what we're going to do now, well, then it becomes news, doesn't it?
Oh, I forgot Ewan McGregor. Young Ewan McGregor was in this film. Shit.
You see what I mean? That way I'll not just be talking to myself, will I? Because over the last 10 years, this bloody government has systematically destroyed an entire industry. Our industry. And not just our industry. Our communities. Our homes, our lives, all in the name of progress, and for a few lousy bob. I'll tell you something else you might not know as well. A fortnight ago, this band's pit were closed. Another 1,000 men lost their jobs, and that's not all they lost. Most of them lost the will to win a while ago. A few of them even lost the will to fight. But when it comes to losing the will to live, to breathe, point is, if this lot was seals or whales, you'd all be up in bloody arms, but they're not, are they? No, they're not. They're just ordinary, common and garden, honest, decent human beings, and not one of them with an ounce of bloody hope left. Oh, aye. They can knock out a bloody good tune, but what the fuck does that matter? Now I'm going to take my boys out onto the town. Thank you.
I don't know that any more needs to be said on that. Beautiful. Fun fact, I played Andy in a local Amdram production of Brass Stuff. Oh, that's fucking dope. Can we piss on Thatcher's grave? You can. It is the largest gender-neutral toilet on Earth. It's a beautiful thing. Pete Postlethwaite was fucking talented. R.I.P. Unless he got like Me Too'd and I didn't fucking hear about it. In which case, that you know, that's not cool. But I don't know. Anyway, yes, can we get some lols in chat from Margaret Thatcher still being dead? Because that is still... like, that will never, ever not be funny in the history of the world. Anyway. Thank you, Carl Brown, for gifting a membership. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you. Which actually, bizarrely, and this is random, genuinely random, right? I have, 18,500 subscribers. It could have gone to any one of them. It went to President Sunday. Okay, cool. Thank you, Svego, for 5 memberships. Adieu. Actually, I don't know what that means. That could be offensive. The most offensive use of adieu is when they try to rhyme it with you in Sound of Music. Adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Fuck off. Cunts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you're fighting the Nazis and stuff. Okay, cool. But, like, cut it out with the fucking, like, shit. Alright. Anyway. Thank you. Did I say thank you to Sybil? I probably did. Either way, I'll suck your dick. Whatever. Thank you. It's the Morton. Merry Xmas, you filthy animals. Lovely. Lovely reference to Home Alone. One of the more famous characters called Kevin. Thank you, Sozzled Snake. Actually, did someone clip the thing? Did someone actually clip? Did we get a clip? I'm scrolling back. I can't see no clip. Oh, you motherfuckers. I fucking hate the world. Kev, this will piss you off. This is what the American trailer for that film was like. Okay, hang on. We'll deal with that in just a second. You can't replay the TTS manually. I don't think so. No. Sorry. Thank you, Wayward Historian, with 1225 bitties. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh yeah, it's the date the wrong way round because America. Merry Christmas, Kevin chat. I love you all. Well, we love you too, Wayward Historian. Can we get some love in chat for WW, the biggest W of all? As in win, not like I wasn't doing a fat joke there. I don't know what they look like. Also, Alexis McAllister's brother. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No. Because we know that Alexis McAllister actually does have a brother who plays in Belgium. So shut up. Anyway, thank you, Dr. Phil Decker. Are there any other countries that invent sports only to get completely fucking dog walked at them? Well, I'm not sure, but all I'll say is that the Americans have got the right idea. Make your own stupid sports that only you play and then call it the World Series. Or call the NFL champions the World Champions when it's just Americans. Oh, his name actually is Kevin McAllister. And there's no excuse for that. So, Alexis McAllister's brother is called Kevin McAllister. And there's no excuse for it, because he was born after the film. So, like, they did that on purpose. Technically, Canada and Japan both play baseball. Okay. Call me back when a Canadian or Japanese team win anything. I said what I said. Doesn't Japan consistently beat the USA at actual baseball World Cup? Well, I think you're referring to the what's it called again? The fucking not the baseball classic. It's called something like that. Anyway, and the Americans don't take it that seriously. Or didn't. I think they're beginning to take it more seriously. Toronto did nearly win the World Series this year, that is true. But you'll notice the word nearly is in the sentence. I thank you. No, not the World Series. Is it the World Baseball Classic or something like that? Where the different nations take part. Does Britain have a team? We probably do, but it's probably all American ringers. Like third-rate Americans who definitely aren't going to get into the American team. But have like a British granddad. So they qualify. So, you know. Because that's basically what the British basketball team is. It's mostly American ringers and like 2 British dudes. And we're still shit. Can't the NBA call itself a World Series since tons of non-Americans play? To be fair, Phantom of Black, that is probably the one league where that is true. The number of literally like top tier Europeans and indeed like Japanese and Chinese and stuff that are in the NBA, I think you can legitimately call the NBA champions the world champions. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Because, like, any European who's worth anything plays in the NBA. You know? So I think that counts. Anyway, where did I get to? Thank you, Sozzled Snake, for gifting a sub to Barack. That's not Barack Obama, hopefully. If you are Barack Obama, go to The Hague. But I suspect you're not. We were on a hype train. I didn't even fucking know. I was too caught up with Pete Postlethwaite. And thank you, the Cunning Linguist, with 69 bitty bits. Lovely. I did Svego. Actually, why isn't it playing? Oh, I turned it off because I was talking about stuff. Sorry, the alert box is back on. Thank you, Ash Kitty. Shall we scrandle? We can scrandle if you want to, yeah. Anyway, but we have to watch the American trailer for a film released 29 years ago. I'm a current affairs streamer.
Miramax Films presents a sexy new comedy that CBS Radio calls...
We have to start again, I'm sorry. Firstly, what the fuck is up with this, like, Monty Python music at the start? And then, sexy. There isn't a single sex... Is there a sex scene in the film? I haven't watched it in a number of years, but I don't think there's a single tit or arse or cock or anything anywhere in the film. What's remotely sexy about it? Sexy? Are American moviegoers that fucking shallow? That even a film that's about, like, economic deprivation and fighting against all hope and the small guy winning and all the rest of it, are they that fucking puerile that they have to go, tits? Oh, he's got tits, he's got loads of tits, go and watch all the tits. Even though there are 0 tits. Listen to this and tell me this isn't... You aren't about to see a foot come through the thing and go... Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Miramax Films presents a sexy new comedy that CBS Radio calls one of the best films of the year. And Siskel and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up.
Right? Right.
My only reference point for Siskel and Ebert is that they get referenced in a Bloodhound Gang song. That is a stiff dick of poop. It is a stiff dick of poop, you're quite right. Thank you, Dingus, for gifting us up to Kevin McAllister 1980, so clearly not the same one. Ugh.
The Grimley Brass Band has survived almost everything.
Over 100 years this band's been going. 2 world wars, 3 disasters, 7 strikes, 1 bloody big depression, and band played on every flaming time.
But their greatest test just walked through the door.
Mrs. Fogan said you might let me play with you.
Down, boy, down.
She's Andy Barrow's old...
To be fair, that was a joke about having an erection. So that's kind of sexy, albeit from one of the ugliest human beings to ever be put on celluloid film.
Old flame.
Do you remember me? You haven't changed a bit. You have.
And she's back to join the band.
Gloria Mullins. Love of me bloody life.
Bloody hell.
Now,
Joined band last night, did you? Yeah, how did you know that?
she's got the whole town marching to a different drummer.
She's very talented.
Hi, I know. We saw her.
That girl blows flugel like a dream.
Danny Orbendroid. At your age.
And romance.
Okay, that's a blowjob joke. Okay, you know what? It's getting sexier. It's sexier than I remembered. It's still unbelievably unsexy. But this is not... like you know, this isn't like a love story as such. This is not... This is barely a B plot in the film.
Is whistling a brand new tune.
Do you want to come up for a coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
I haven't got any.
NBC TV said...
Okay, there was I mean, you don't actually see anything, but that is clearly like she wants to fuck. But it is a ridiculous... It's not a sexy film. It just isn't. They've shown you all of the vaguely sexy bits, and none of them were... stiff dick of poop. None of them were a stiff dick of poop at all.
It's great. 4 stars. Don't miss it. It's a blast.
Okay, lads, let's do it.
Ewan McGregor, Tara Fitzgerald, Pete Postlethwaite.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, eh, girls?
I accept we can do without drugs and rock and roll.
Brassed off.
Like, I'm not going to go and join ISIS or anything. I'm not. But, like, I get the, you know, Death to America feeling. Like, I understand it. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. I'm just saying I understand the impulse. Okay? America delenda est. We'll leave it there. Fucking hell. Anyway, we're only 40 minutes in. Should we do some content? So, like I say, I asked, you know, well, what do you want to do? Naturally, someone posted, "You've been framed Christmas special with Jeremy Beadle."
You just assaulted me.
You fucking absolute bell piece. I'm tempted though. I'm not sure about the copyright implications, but I am tempted. For British viewers only, shall we introduce people A, to Jeremy Beadle properly, and B, to the amazing You've Been Framed? I put the screen recording in live chat. Okay, let's have a look. Your jaded cynicism will not run here, Kieran.
The return of the sausages.
Just thought I'd check in to ask how the Ashes thing is going.
It says fascist.
In to ask how the Ashes thing is going on.
The fact it definitely said fascist. I think we can. There we go. Show us Beadle's gammy hand. What the fuck? What a sentence. What a request to make. Imagine, you go onto a stream and your request is, show us Beadle's gammy hand. I'm not even going to try and describe gammy to an American. I'm just not going to. You can think what you fucking like, lads. I don't care. Fucking hell. Well, before we get before we get to any of that though, and we'll get to some stuff. How about, chat? How about someone who liked Charlie Kirk doing conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk's murder as a rap? He did have a gammy hand. Well, actually, I don't know if he was gammy. He had, like, one of his hands or whatever was... I don't know what the phrase is. He developmentally challenged or something. I don't know. Withered? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Didn't hold him back, clearly, because it was, you know... Jeremy Beadle PlayStation Partnership. What? Oh, no! Fuck off! I'm not sure. I'm not showing that, Phil Decker. No, you're a fucking bad person. You should feel bad, okay?
It's a fucking disgrace.
Evidence that's being presented as evidence has clearly been tampered with.
Law enforcement should have shown up and taped the scene.
Didn't they?
And you know what's crazy?
Just like Butler.
Not one police officer went there and secured the crime scene.
Who shot you? Internet's buzzing, saying that the only one that don't feel some type of ways, the one that lost her husband. Say it's an act for her. Charlie's just a back for her. And I ain't saying that it's true. Truth is, I'm just asking her why you film your man's casket, why his hands look plastic.
Why did you film your man's casket? Why did his hands look plastic? Oh. 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 You know what? I'll even let off that it doesn't technically rhyme. It works as a bar. That's fine. It's fucking mental. But it does technically work. Surely this is for the happy hour. Oh, this is getting played again. Do not worry, chat. You will be hearing this next time Christy is on. Does his fucking tattoo say Suburban Legend?
Why you film your man's casket? Why his hands look plastic?
Oh no! The under his like bottom lip there, that tattoo says "Suburban Legend."
Oh dear, I seem to have spotted a cunt.
He's a wrong un. He is. When is the next happy hour? I'm not sure, is the answer. It's complicated. Christy's got some IRL shit to be dealing with, so... And there's Christmas, so I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm sorry, chat. I don't know.
4G's just a racist crack. I know about getting...
Look, he used the C word, okay? Not me, Twitch. Don't start.
That is true. Truth is, I'm just asking, huh? Why you film your man's casket? Why his hands look blessed? Who am I to judge, though? 4G's just a racist crack. I know about...
You said it. You said it, champ. Suburban Legends are a ska band. Well, for a start, his tattoo is singular. So he's calling himself a suburban legend. He's not a fan of a certain ska band, I don't think.
Getting lied on too, all over the news like you. I said bring back capital punishment. All y'all heard was noose. They said
okay, like, right. So your complaint is that you called for capital punishment and people thought you meant capital punishment. Right. I mean, that seems like a fair interpretation of your words then.
Trump was dropping and bombs. All I heard was nuke. Is Charlie even really dead? People searching for the truth.
Is Charlie even really dead? You see what I mean? Right-wingers have been way more disrespectful about Charlie Kirk than I was ever.
All I heard was nuke. Is Charlie even really dead? People searching for the truth.
Oh, sweet Mother Mary, save us.
How come soon as you start thinking free, boy, you history and speak of history? What's with these snake eye syncrasies? Charles Kirkland, Charlie Kirk, both died September 10th. Both of them shot in the neck. What the hell's the odds of that? Why Tyler the executioner's at the same event? But I'm a conspiracy theorist cause I don't trust the government.
You don't trust the government? You have got the President of the United States on a fucking necklace! You don't trust the federal government, and yet you have 1/3 of the federal government fucking branches hanging around your neck. Chill, Kev. Relax. It's okay.
Don't know what's true, but know that you won't put no fear in me. My soul is free, it won't be controlled by no tyranny. So I'ma use my voice.
Again, it won't be controlled by no tyranny. Look at my necklace of the man who's got his own little SS squad running around the place abducting brown people. You know, unlike tyranny.
And make sure that they hearing me. I'm just asking questions, they call it conspiracy. Who shot Judge? News is saying Tyler on the roof. Then how come we got footage of him running, but none of them shoot?
Because the security camera can't see through the fucking building? Or it isn't filming the roof of the building, it's filming the outside of the building where people tend to be. Sorry, do I have to explain to this person that not every inch of the entire world is covered by closed-circuit television?
Then how come ChatGPT said them texts was fake? Kind of.
Oh, well, if ChatGPT says it.
Feel like bait, like they using Gabriel straight just to stir up hate. It's speaking hate another day and
what? Hang on. What the
none of them shoot. And how come Chat GPT said them texts was fake? Kinda feel like bait, like they using Gabriel straight just to stir up hate.
Like they're using gay versus straight to stir up hate.
It stimulates the part of the brain called Shatner's bassoon.
It's speaking hate another day, another death threat from the left. Say I'm next for talking out the side my neck. Just like Charlie Kirk, so funny, forgot to laugh. You run up on me and I'm squeezing till I'm out of mag.
Firstly, breath and mags doesn't fucking rhyme. You are supposed to be a rapper. And secondly, you can't attack other people for like doing death threats when your response is a death threat. Because like that's what you're doing, isn't it? Do you see? Do you see the hypocrisy of no. He can't fucking get words to rhyme. Why am I expecting him to be able to like think?
Now everybody think they info wars back and forth. Heard somebody saying something about hologram trapdoors.
Hologram trapdoors? What the fuck is that? What is a hologram trapdoor? Either it's a real trapdoor or it isn't. A hologram of a trapdoor wouldn't achieve what a trapdoor is supposed to achieve. So what the fuck are you talking about?
I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards.
Makes people standing with them hands signaling. One frame a wedding ring, next frame a pinky ring.
Oh, oh, chat. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Oh, see, again, there's none more sacrilegious than the very, very ultra-religious. And there is none more offensive to Charlie Kirk than those who claim to like him. How do we know that Kev isn't a hologram? You're asking too many questions. You're getting too close to the truth, okay? A friendly piece of advice from this hologram, I mean human. Step back.
I don't know, man. It all feels like a show, man. It all feels like it's scripted. Maybe we just getting programmed. If you pro-Israel, then you could get some dough, man. 7 bands for a post. Damn. Don't know.
Okay, but you realise that Charlie Kirk was like very, very pro-Israel. The real Kev would release a diss rap on this guy. Well, no, the thing is, right, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with the Jake Paul getting into a ring with the former heavyweight boxing champion of Earth. That, like, it's very, very stupid. Not only are you not as good a boxer, but you don't have the physical characteristics. You're not tall enough or have enough weight to be a heavyweight. So it's very, very stupid to do that because you're out of your element. That's not a skill that you're capable of. You know, in that situation, it's very dangerous. I.e., he went into the ring with his jaw, or the bottom part of his jaw, in one piece, and left that ring with it in 3 pieces. Now, the very astute mathematical amongst you will have noticed that that is 2 more pieces than it was in when he entered the ring, which is that is, medically speaking, not cash money. Unlike the fight itself, where he earned a lot of money. But he broke his fucking jaw in 2 places. There's an x-ray and everything. It's very funny. He did also lose a couple of teeth, yes. I believe that is true. Anyway. The point being, he got taught division. That's the most mathematics he's done in a long time, is working out how many bits of jaw he has left. I saw someone say the only thing he injured was the referee's back from having to bend down and lift his ass up every time he fell over. Yeah, there's a certain truth to that. Anyway, the point being, I can't rap, and I know I can't rap. Okay? Not just because I'm white, but because, like, I can't rap. I just can't. So I wouldn't try and do a diss rap against this guy. Not because I'm not a good enough writer, because I am. Okay? I can write bars, I cannot spit bars. So I would not enter that kind of engagement with another person. It's like the bear and the shark. Each master of their own domain, but if they try to go into the opposition's domain, they're going to fucking die, right? Well, bears kind of can swim a bit, but like they're not deep ocean fucking animals, are they? Although, interestingly, did you know whales used to be bears? That's literally true, by the way. The whale, as we now know, the modern whale, was obviously originally a sea creature that went onto land and became a kind of bear-like creature that then went back into the sea. It evolved back into the sea. Which is why whales have arms. Not the flippers, those are just regular ass flippers. But inside their bodies, tucked away, they've got little arms. They've withered over millions of years, but they've got little arm bones inside their body. Literally true. I'm pretty sure that's not true. Some of it is. No, that is true. Welshman here can confirm was bear. Thank you. It's cows, not bears. Suck my dick. Is it cows? I thought it was bears. Whatever. You get the idea. Anyway, they've got arms. Little tiny vestigial arm bones in their body. It's not cows. Just stop confusing me with bears and cows and sheep and pigs and donkeys. What the fuck am I talking about?
Was true, but know that you won't put no fear in me. My soul is free, it won't be controlled by no tyranny. So I'ma use my voice and make sure that they hearing me. I'm just asking questions, they call it conspiracy.
In the Charlie Kirk shooting, why is the FBI's narrative falling apart?
It isn't. Bye. God, what a fucking weirdo. Well, we've just done slop, so shall we do something that's maybe not quite slop, and then we'll get back to some slop. We'll do the Jeremy Beadle thing. What is this? Is Jamie Driscoll just an opportunist? Okay. So I think we sort of briefly covered this with No Justice a few days ago. Jamie O'Driscoll, former mayor of the north east of England. Defected from the Labour Party to the Green Party, and I don't know who Crispin Flintoff is. The name's popped up a couple of times recently. They've got like 66,000 subscribers. We'll give it a shot. We'll see.
I thought this week, because there was a story that it was on Tuesday, came out about Jamie
CPGB. Oh no. Oh no. Are we accidentally doing a Tanky Tuesday now? It could be, because it's not Tuesday. Oh.
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, they really should. Thank you, Elliot Warman, for 15 months. Much love. Thank you also to Dingus Van Zandt for gifting a sub to Kevin McAllister, which I already read out. And thank you, Orgle Wargle, for gifting a sub to John the Brazen. So many legends. Crispin Flintoff basically does a boomer Zoom call show every Sunday morning. He's a wet wipe who sucks up to Galloway. Oh no. Oh, we are really... Oh, okay. We are doing a Tanky Tuesday then, apparently. Maoist Monday? That also works.
Driscoll joining the Greens, and I kind of wanted a discussion on it, but I thought I don't really want a big one. I'd rather have you two talk about it, and I'm not sure what you're going to say. I haven't got any clue what you're going to say, and it's I just want to know, what do you think about this? This is the clip of the week. This is Jamie Driscoll. Who you got?
Politics is a mess. The crisis in the NHS, rampant wealth extraction, the fact that young people can't afford a home, the fact that we live in a country where
sometimes
people
maybe
are
good,
literally being
sometimes
charged with
maybe shit.
terrorism for silently holding signs opposing war crimes. So something needs to be done. The only way you can do it is through collective action. The Greens have convinced me they're serious, and it seems to be...
I have seen...
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Okay, thank you, Gennaro. Yes, I did say that, Maria, yes, which is probably why I'm going to stop watching his stuff, to be honest. Bad Empanada is just a weird little Nazi boy now, I think. It's not funny, that, anymore. He's just a bad person. Thank you, Andrew Luke, for sending, gifting 5 memberships on the YouTubes. Much love. Much love.
That's a way through. In terms of my politics, the manifesto I was elected on in 2019 and delivered substantially almost all of it, despite COVID, was compatible with green policies, publicly owned integrated transport. It was about a Green New Deal. It was about full employment on proper working conditions and pay. And all of that is compatible with green policy. Over 80% of the public think water should be in public ownership. About 72% think we should have a wealth tax. Economic credibility is what wins elections. When I talk to reform voters or potential reform voters when I'm campaigning, they don't say, actually, I quite like the policies of the Reform Party. I've had a look at them and they make sense. What a lot of them say is, look, it's all a mess and I'm pressing the reset button. I just want someone else to have a go. So let's capture those people. And I think Zach's playing a blinder.
Well, Zach is playing a blinder. But, yeah, those people who just like, oh, I just want a different set of people. Let's elect an uber Thatcherite. Which is totally different than what we've had for the last 40 fucking years.
One of the things he's doing really well is he's standing up to the questioning. Far too many politicians, when someone has a go at them, they say, oh, well, yes, I know, and they start to retreat. And he says, no, the emperor does have no clothes. We can have a wealth tax. You know, poverty is a political choice, and we could choose to end it, and it is up to us. Yeah,
fair dues.
Right, now I don't know just who's going to start on this, but I might go with you, John. What I've found with this is, just as a backdrop, Jamie Driscoll was in the Labour Party. He stood to be the mayoral candidate. They rejected him. He then left the Labour Party, became an independent, set up something called Majority. He then became part of your party. I think it was called MOU. I'm not exactly sure what their role was. He then resigned from your party, and he's now announced he's in the Greens. Your party has obviously fizzled down a bit from the 800,000 sign-ups, but it did have a conference. It's now talking about...
And it went super well.
A leadership committee, which we haven't quite heard all about. We're waiting on that. But he's done this move. I want to know, do you think he's an opportunist, or do you think your party's kind of finished and this is a sign of it?
I think it's a bit of both. I think he's an opportunist. I'm going to be honest, I've never been impressed by him. I know that because he were deselected by Labour, he became a bit of a hero to the left. But to me, if you're in public office and you don't fight back against austerity, if you don't emulate Liverpool and Clay Cross, then, you know, it's just a charade. And I don't go for this deference to people who held or are in office. I think they're no more important than a shop steward on a picket line. And he prayed.
Okay. I know where he's going with that as a concept. And in a genuine sense, that is true. No one is more important than any other person. But like when we're talking about politics, a lot of it is about optics to a certain extent, and having governing experience is a part of that, and also like media coverage. Him defecting to the Green Party, Jamie O'Driscoll, having been an elected official, is more important than an average person, because no one's writing a newspaper column about an average person doing it. TV Time is not talking about this. Literally, no one is talking about a random person who used to be in the Labour Party joining the Green Party. I presume you didn't do a show for each and every single person who defected from the Labour Party to the Green Party. The many thousands of people who did that. But you are talking about Jamie O'Driscoll. So clearly there is a difference. When you talk about importance, it depends exactly what one means by importance, doesn't it? As a human being, he's no more important than any other human being. But as a political actor, he clearly has a level of importance beyond an average person, because he's been elected. It's not a matter of having reverence for somebody. No one is revering Jamie O'Driscoll, it's accepting the basic fact. That he was an elected official and therefore holds more weight as a political actor.
Jesus, Polanski, I think that man is the biggest fraud, and I'll tell you one reason why. I managed to grow my man boobs without looking into his eyes at all.
Chat. One is reticent to engage in horseshoe theory because it's bullshit. But comedically speaking, when you're so left-wing that you start doing memes from the right wing, maybe there is a comedic horseshoe theory that we can implement, because that is some of the wackest shit I've ever heard. Apparently that was supposed to be a joke. Yes, I believe so. Certainly, judging by the fact that Crispin is laughing, I think it was supposed to be a joke. The horseshoe theory of ignorance, perhaps so.
And why is he getting so much free publicity? It was because they felt threatened by the rise of your party, which they no longer do. So you might see Polanski.
Get Crispin on your stream. Well, I don't know enough about him. Like, what would we even discuss? I don't know him. And I don't mean that in like, I'm not trying to be like he's beneath me, because I mean, no, that's not what I'm talking about there. I mean, literally, I don't know his content. So I don't know what his opinions are, what our agreements or disagreements are, so like, I'm happy to talk with basically anyone. You know me, chat. I couldn't give a fuck. I enjoy talking to people. But, I don't know. Debate your party versus the Greens. See, again, I'm not really no offence, John, and I appreciate the suggestion. I'm not trying to deride you. I think it's a perfectly reasonable suggestion. I'm not personally interested in that kind of debate. Partly because most of the people in your party are not people I dislike. Especially now the more transphobic landlord wing of the party seems to have left. The Husseinites, if you will. Actually, that's a unfortunate historical. You know what I mean? Adnan Husseinites seem to have left. Like, that's, like they most of them are absolutely fine. No, we're not calling them the Baathists. No, Because for a start off, Baathism was a kind of socialism in a sense, and he's a landlord. So, oh, I did a silly one. Anyway, no, yeah. Anyway, the point being, I don't want to deride your party because most of the people in it are fucking awesome. You know. So I've got no problem with them. Well, I mean, I'm not going to try and shit on them. I disagree with them. I think their project is ultimately doomed to failure, and it was from the very beginning. But I'm more than happy for them to try. That's fine. Like, if they want to come after the Greens, Kev's got hands, okay? Don't test me. But other than that, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, if you had a conversation with George Galloway, I'm very much interested in hearing that. That could be interesting. Kind of serious and kind of slop at the same time, you know.
Fade away into obscurity. I've never been taken in by the Greens. I don't support them. I know some very good individual members at Greens, some of whom are friends and comrades of mine. But as an
it does look like I'm in a video call with these people. Yeah. Just for clarity's sake, I am. I'm literally in the call with them right now, and I'm able to pause them because I'm fucking magic.
Institution. We have to look beyond the words. Words are easy. Anybody can use them once they're beyond the age of 2 or something when they start talking. But let's look at the record of Greens where they've been in power. The next council seat to where I am now, Kirklees, the Greens conspired and went into coalition with the Tories to unseat a Labour administration and then implemented cuts. And so, you know, that's but one example. Look at them when in Brighton, the heartbeat of Green Power, where the bin strikers had to go out on strike against cuts in their living standards. And what?
To be fair, when it comes to councils, their discretionary spending is pretty fucking limited. So in terms of, like, I don't know the specifics of what happened in Brighton. I'll just be honest with you there. But you're limited in the scope of things you can do, and so if the council cut budget, if the national government cut the block grant, because basically there are two main forms of income for a council. There is the council tax, which is partly dealt with by the council itself, although there are limits on that before you have to get like national government say so, in terms of like you can't increase it beyond a certain percentage before you have to get the national government to agree to it. And you're supposed to have a plebiscite on it, although that didn't happen in Birmingham. No, the Labour government just allowed it. It was fine. Thanks. Anyway, and then there's the block grant, right, which is basically the national government give a block grant, a grant of money to each council based on the specific number of people and needs and all that rest of it. And the Tories consistently cut that block grant year on year on year, so it's now a slither of what it formerly was, right? And so, if the Tory government nationally are cutting the block grant consistently to Brighton, and we know there was literally fucking audio recordings of the then Chancellor, who later became Prime Minister, Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, bragging about taking money from deprived areas and giving it to richer areas. And so, by that he means basically Tory areas. So basically any area that had a Tory council proportionally did better under the Tories. They still faced cuts, because everywhere faced cuts, but they faced less withering cuts. than in places like Birmingham, for instance, or indeed, I dare say, Brighton. We are getting you lot to pay for 500 social housing every 5 years. We tax every night a tourist stays in the city. Is that Brighton, I presume? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, the point being, the Tories would be cutting the block grant, and so there's less money for Brighton Council to do anything with. So what the fuck are they supposed to do? Like, the cuts, they're going to have to do cuts. That was actually, before all of the bin strike stuff and all of that with the Labour Council, I was fine voting Labour, even though I didn't like the policy positions of the National Party before they were elected to government. I was happy to vote for Labour in the local elections because I thought they did a pretty decent job of protecting Birmingham from the worst excesses of those cuts. Because they were going to have to make cuts because the block grant was being cut massively. And they did probably about as good a job as could have been reasonably expected of any council in that situation. And maybe that's the case also in Brighton, I don't know. But either way, to say, oh, they were cutting terms and conditions for bin strikers in Brighton is really not giving you the context necessary to make any kind of judgment call about that. When you say fight back against cuts, what do you want them to do? Magic money out of the fucking air? Because people forget, a massive percentage of the amount of money a council has to be spent in certain areas. Mostly social care. Child services, bin collection, things like that. You have to spend quite a lot of it. So your discretionary spending is actually very, very slim. Which is what Reform are now running into as a problem. Because they think, oh, loads of money is being wasted on these stupid things. It isn't. There's no DEI to cut. It isn't a fucking thing, you know?
What happened while they were on strike? The pin-up girl of the Greens, when she was an MP at that time, Caroline Lucas, organised scabbing against them. To me, that's what the Greens are. And all, you know, and recently there's been a big campaign to reopen Doncaster Airport. And who opposed it? The Greens, even though it's bringing 800 jobs back to a deprived area. And they opposed it simply because they don't think that working class people around Doncaster and the former coalfield areas around there should be able to enjoy a holiday in the sun. And he uses...
Yeah, that's the reason they're doing it. Not because of the climate emergency or anything. This is boring. What might not be boring is George Galloway talking. It'll be wrong and bad, but it won't be boring. Oh.
Right, I'm outside Bolivar Hall in the West End, and there's a Workers' Party event here. George Galloway's here. Thank you for agreeing to
always
talk.
Always a pleasure, always.
Now, look, there's a lot of things going on at the moment, often a lot of them behind closed doors.
Why has no one cut together parts of that? What was the thing? The throbbing. We definitely need throbbing. The sound of him saying throbbing needs to be on the soundboard, and it isn't.
It's a fucking disgrace.
With parties of the left trying to fill the vacuum that has been left by Starmer, who's clearly a Thatcherite at worst, or at best, can't remember which one it'd be. I put a tweet out the other day about the Greens possibly being a replacement for the left, and you said there's nothing left about the Greens. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the Greens wouldn't even stand down for Jeremy Corbyn in the general election. Imagine if he'd lost his seat by the number of votes that they themselves polled. So that doesn't indicate any, if you like, universality in their approach to things.
Well, universality isn't a predicator of the left, is it? Communist parties don't tend to stand down. How is Galloway even considered left-wing? I'm not sure, in all honesty. Probably because he sort of used to be, I guess. That's about it, I think.
They are extremely sectarian. They are extremely...
I'm sorry. You don't get to accuse other people of being sectarian when you were deeply annoyed that Chinese Muslims were fighting in Syria because they don't even eat hummus, they eat rice for breakfast. These are all things he said, by the way. Has anyone got the clip of him saying this? Because it is fucking... It's the most mental shit. He's a fucking... Unironically, he's a lunatic. Yeah, he used to... Literally, he used to be a supporter of Saddam Hussein. And he's like, you people are too sectarian. You fucking what, mate?
Committed to themselves alone, to their own party alone. But when you start to look at their policies, you understand that you wouldn't want to have anything to do with them anyway. This is a party which, whenever they've been in government, the best or worst example of which is Germany, where they...
That's not the same political party! Oh, man. Okay, any party that calls itself Green has to associate itself with any other party that's got the word Green in it. Therefore, the German Greens are exactly like the American Greens and the British Greens and the Mexican Greens and the fucking Icelandic Greens. Shut the fuck up, you absolute minge. You fucking bollock sweat. Shut up.
Transformed the German government into the most warlike government on the planet. So they wanted to drive...
Because of Ukraine, okay, because he's pro-Putin, right.
An electric car, and they want you to wage endless war against Russia.
There we go. There we go. Excellent work, George. You're on the left, supporting... Let me just check. Notable leftist... Vladimir Putin!
The German government became the most fanatical pro-Netanyahu government on the planet. I mean...
To be fair, they always were. No German government has ever spoken ill of Israel for historical reasons. Don't need to go into it. It was ages ago. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. That's fine.
You will literally be arrested and dragged off to prison for wearing a Palestine t-shirt in Germany.
Okay, that's happening in Britain though, isn't it? That's happening in Britain too. Under the government of a party you were involved with for decades. You were an MP in that party. Just saying.
And all of that was because of Anna Baerbock, the former foreign minister of Germany, the Green Party leader. So whenever they've been in...
It's not the same political party, mate. You understand that different countries have different parties, right? Zach Polanski is not the leader of the German Green Party. The Green Party, or whatever the fuck it's called, I don't care. I preferred him as the cat.
True. Government. And this is true in Ireland also, much closer to home. And it would be no different here. They're pro-NATO, they're pro-war, they dress it all up in rainbow clothes and oak leaf clusters, but they are a party of neoliberal capitalism. And
So words don't mean things anymore. I'm glad we know. I'm glad we know that those words don't actually mean anything, and we can just use them interphrastically. Anyone who got that reference, we are friends.
And neoconservative war abroad. So there's nothing left about the Greens. The fellow that is, or briefly was, I don't know what happened to him, Zach, who was running for the leadership of the Greens.
I don't know what happened to him. He became leader. Although, actually, well, was he leader at this point 5 months ago? About that time? Yeah, I don't know.
Suddenly people like Novara Media were talking about him as if he was the second coming. Well, when Jeremy Corbyn was the leader of the Labour
Phantom of Black, we're friends.
Party, he said, I am a pro-European Jew. These are two reasons why I could never vote for Jeremy Corbyn. That's the kind of people they are. Rank opportunists, total reactionaries.
Genuinely, is he just describing himself? I'm not sure. Because you are just the most reactionary filth in the world, George. And the most rank opportunist, because how many different seats have you hopped onto? You were kicked out of Glasgow, then you were kicked out of Bethnal Green and Bow, then you were kicked out of Bradford. Am I missing any? Is there one I'm missing there? I'm not sure. Jesus Christ.
And warmongers.
I mean, with Zach Polanski, there's a lot of people as well as this Mothin Ali standing as a...
Also, don't. There's no way he wasn't also talking about our girl Helena when he name checked Navarra. Okay, you're lucky you didn't mention her by name. Okay, you keep her name out of your fucking filthy mouth. Piece of shit.
Deputy leader for the Greens. People are saying, Mothin Ali himself said to me, join the Greens, will change the Greens into a radical socialist, possibly, party. What's your view on this idea that people can join a party and change it?
This is true, he did say this. He literally did say this. Fact. George fanboying Putin. Oh no.
Well, again, we've got to keep trying. My experience is not quite the same as yours. I meet a lot of people who might not announce it at a wedding or a funeral, but I meet quite a lot of people who respect and even admire Putin. And they say things like, well, he stands up for his own people. I wish we had a government that stood up for us. And
you realise that's mostly just like fascists who say that, George? Are you praying in aid to fascists now?
I think that's quite a powerful message. When Putin came to power in Russia, it was lying on the floor, drunk, with its nose bleeding, and the Western oligarchs picking its pocket.
Whereas now it's just Russian oligarchs picking their pocket. I'm George Galloway, working class hero, don't you know? Yeah, Vladimir Putin has been superb at distributing the wealth of Russia into the pockets of Roman Abramovich. Well done.
Drunk in the form of Boris Yeltsin. Look at it now, in 21 years.
Yeah, it can't even fucking win a war in Ukraine. That 3-day special military operation's going super well, yeah. No, everyone really respects Russia right now. It's fantastic.
Putin has completely transformed Russia. Russia is a glorious success.
It reminds me of there was a line like a very dark, sardonic line that Germans used to use about Hitler. When the bombs started falling and their cities were being fucking, destroyed toward the end of the war. Well, actually, all the way through the war, really, but especially towards the end. Goebbels said, "Give Hitler 10 years and you won't recognise Germany." He was right. The joke obviously being that Goebbels meant you won't recognise it because it'd be so awesome. And the joke they were saying was, we don't recognise it because it's literally like ruins. So yeah, he has transformed Russia. That is true. He has transformed it. He's transformed lots of young Russian men into corpses.
Story. I know the enemies don't want to hear that, but that requires them not to look at the footage freely available of what development is like in Russia.
You're a fucking lunatic, mate. You are a lunatic. Oh yeah, I can't give a duck. We're all very much well aware of George Galloway glazing the fuck out of the very much now dead Saddam Hussein back in the 90s when he was not so dead. By the way, can we get some lols and chat for Saddam Hussein being dead? The war against Iraq was completely fucked up, but Saddam Hussein being dead is very funny. And the Saddam Hussein meme is also funny. The red person hiding in a little thing, it's a funny meme.
Well, I mean, you could say that about reform, couldn't you? Let's all join reform and change it from within. You wouldn't be allowed to change it from within. You aren't allowed to change the Labour Party from within. I mean, why leave Labour then? Let's everyone join Labour and try and influence Starmer and Lammy and Cooper and so on. You just got to state it to see how silly an idea it is.
No, because David Lammy is not in the Green Party. Like, presumably the reason you don't think David Lammy is amenable to that kind of change is his position on Israel and Gaza, which is fundamentally opposed to the position of the Green Party, and indeed was before Zach Polanski became leader. So actually you wouldn't need to move it anywhere near as far. What you're doing there is a completely false comparison. Yes.
The prevailing orthodoxy in these parties literally cannot be changed. And if you looked like you were in a position to change it, they'd have you out, they'd expel you, they'd find a reason to witch hunt you. So these things don't work. Entryism is what we used to call it. All kinds of Trotskyite groups used to do it in the Labour Party in the hope that they could capture the Labour Party. But as soon as they became a big enough threat, the Labour Party just kicked them out. And that's exactly what would happen if you...
Now this is from 5 months ago.
You joined the Greens with a view to transforming them into a socialist anti-war party.
There's this story about a new left party with Jeremy Corbyn, and Jeremy Corbyn himself has said that he's keen to set up a party before the next local elections.
George Galloway says he trusts Vladimir Putin more than Keir Starmer. I don't know that you can trust either, in all honesty. Yeah. Can we watch this? What is this? DNA proves the first black Britain was actually white. UK academia in chaos. Oh, can we do Metatron another night? The thing in brackets above. What? I don't see... Hang on. What's the... what? The thing in brackets above. I don't see anything in brackets above. What are you talking about? I don't know, but it, hang on. Link? What? Look, I could post it in the Discord, in the stream suggestions.
Now, I can't remember the exact words, but when we spoke after the Rochdale by-election, which was, by the way, one of the highlights of my life, seeing that result, you suggested that if Jeremy started some...
No way.
Throbbing...
Thank you, Maranaka. Oh, that's happening. Throbbing! Oh, hang on. It needs to go on the soundboard. It needs to happen, people. Okay? Hang on. Do I need to get rid of one? No, we'll put it in a different folder. There we go. There we go. Okay. And play audio. Where are we at?
Throbbing.
Okay, it's a little bit quiet, so we'll whack it up. We'll whack it off. There we go. I'll do it again.
Throbbing.
We have throbbing official.
I mean, then you might get involved in it in some way. What would your position be with a party set up by...
Well, if it was an alliance, we would definitely join it. An alliance in which all kinds of organisations came together under one banner with Jeremy Corbyn at the front of it. We'd be delighted to join that.
Of course you would, because no one's voting for the fucking Workers' Party. So any reflected support from Jeremy Corbyn would be great for you. Yeah, obviously.
But if it's a party, then that's not possible, because our political differences are really quite significant. You couldn't sublimate them into membership of a new party. I mean, they believe trans women are women.
That's the number one difference. That's the number one difference.
The melt.
Fucking Christ almighty. That's it. That's the big difference is... transphobia.
Oh dear, I seem to have spotted a cunt.
Oh, for fuck. Saddam Hussein is the main antagonist of Cars 4 and the ruthless dictator of Iraq. He was heavily involved in the plot to Cars 2, though he was never mentioned by name. Is that real? Oh, fictional characters. See, it's not fucking real. Dickheads.
We don't.
We don't do fake news on this channel, okay?
They buy the whole LGBTQ plus agenda. We don't. Throbbing. They're in love with net zero. We're not. And
So you're just really right wing. We know. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Throbbing. I could go on, but out of friendship for Mr. Corbyn of over 40 years, I'll probably leave it at that list. But we couldn't be in a party which had those as their platforms. And from what we read, those are not just part of their putative platform, but right near the top of it. So it looks like, therefore, if he does set something up, and by the way, I've been having these conversations for 6 years about Jeremy setting up a new party. So he's definitely left it far too long.
Yeah, exactly.
It will be
That is true.
weaker as a result. But if he does, we'll have to reach electoral agreements or cut each other's throats at the ballot box, and that would be a great pity. But we are a long-established party now with elected councillors.
Can we watch this? What? Well, yeah, no, he's a homophobe. Yeah, we know. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother watching that. But yeah, thank you. I can't give it up. Yeah, no, he's just a fucking homophobe. Yeah. True. Oh, turn the alert box back on. If you wanted to give money, you can do so, and the noises will happen. Possibly. I don't know.
I'm hoping to field 1,000 candidates next May in the local elections. So he's not even started yet. We're already way down the path. We got, as you know, more than 210,000 votes in the general election.
He's a rape apologist. What? For whom? Who has he defended or whatever? It's not Andrew Tate or something, is it?
Last July, that's the biggest vote for any socialist party or organisation ever in history.
You aren't socialist. Stop fucking pretending. You're red-brown scum.
Twice, more than twice, what the Communist Party at its height in the 1940s got. So, you know, nobody's ever spoken to us about this party. I've been a friend of Corbyn's for 40 years, but he hasn't said a word.
I do mean Bottom G, yes.
About this party to me. So plainly, they're not expecting us to join it. So an electoral agreement will be vital. Otherwise, we'll split the anti-Starmer vote.
Oh God, Julian Assange. Oh God, old school. Doesn't surprise me. Like if he's into Putin and stuff, yeah, you know, he's just an awful person.
And let Starmer in. That wouldn't make any sense.
Can I just ask you about the Runcorn by-election, because that was a bit of a disappointment as a result. Is there anything you could say that lessons learned from that particular one, or how do you read that by-election?
Well, we shouldn't have stood in it, is obvious. The demographic and political history of the place was not auspicious. Frankly, we stood in it only because one of our deputy leaders, the Honourable Peter Ford, lived in it and very much wanted to stand. So we couldn't say no. But if we had our time again, definitely we wouldn't have stood in it. There has to be a place where we can almost certainly
sometimes
say
maybe good,
we'll
sometimes
be
maybe shit.
Just caught up on him talking ABT Greens being unable to join and change it. Has he missed the part where we voted at conference to abolish landlords?
Jack Mellor, sorry, the Jack Mellor, thank you for the donation. What I will say, and one is reticent to defend George Galloway, but this was from 5 months ago, before that conference took place. Now, I would suspect that George Galloway's opinion has not changed. But I can't say for sure that in the light of that kind of thing happening at conference, that he hasn't changed his opinion. So I'm not sure. But either way, George Galloway being wrong about politics is not groundbreaking. But anyway, hello there, the Jack Mellor. Much love to you. Everyone go and show love to Jack, who is a lovely part of the community.
There's there, either to win it or to influence the outcome, to influence the result.
255, why are you spamming this? What is this link for? What? Oh, it's a different link. Statue of Liberty replica collapses in the wind. Is that Brazil? Oh, okay. America has fallen. You maniacs! You blew it all up! That is what it is, Mamdani's fault, 100%.
You could say we influenced the Runcorn election result with our very small vote, in that we helped Labour lose it. If a by-election comes up in a place where we can help Labour lose it...
Right, but the person who got in was a Reform Party person. Is that better? Like, don't get me wrong. You don't have to, like... I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, everyone should just stand down and let the Labour Party win. No, fuck that noise. Labour Party are scum. But, like, taking pride in helping get a fucking Reform Party MP elected, it is a bit weird, mate, in all honesty. It's a little bit strange.
Then we'll do that. But other than that...
He wanted to stand as a Brexit Party candidate. Oh, he's a... Well, yeah, how dare he talk about other people being reactionary? Fuck off.
We've got to be in these races to try and win them. Right. So if a by-election comes up in an auspicious area for us, I myself will be a candidate. Because I'm still in the game, though I'm giving up at the next general election. That's another point about Jeremy will be 80 at the next general election. I'll be 75.
Oh, that's much better then. Yeah, cool. I did hear about that. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The music of Chris Rea bored me to tears. But yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, he seemed like a nice enough guy. Whatever.
And I honestly think both 75 and 80 are too old to be leading parties into general elections. So I hope Jeremy's got a good second string. We certainly do.
Now, there's another issue that's come up since I last spoke to you, which was this interview with Andrew Tate and a picture of you with Andrew Tate. Do you think that was a mistake to have interviewed him or to have...
See, I told you. Yeah. He's an Andrew Tate. I don't know about Stan, but like he's okay with him. You know, the sex trafficker. And, you know, terrible boxer. The bitch. This guy. The one on the floor there, the one... That guy there. You see him with his face on the floor, literally eating canvas? That guy. Yeah.
Epic dub.
A picture of him, because some people are really attacking the idea that you associated with him at all.
I've got an interview doing the rounds at the moment with Laura Loomer, the complete maniac Trumpist in the...
Okay, at least he's not so far gone that he's like, I have an interview with Laura Loomer and she was delightful. So at least he's still like deep in, there's a little tiny little bit of his brain that still functions. It's like, Laura Loomer's fucking mental. Laura Loomer's absolutely mental. So that's good. Good to know there's a human being in there somewhere, I think.
United States. In my job as a radio then and now television presenter, I have to interview all kinds of people. You can't just, you know this very well yourself. You can't just interview people you agree with. You can't just interview people that you like. And at that point, I don't think that Tate had even been charged in this country. Now that
So, he has been charged in Romania for sex trafficking and rape. You know what he is, you know what he's done. Don't be like, well, technically he's innocent until proven guilty. Like, I'm not arguing that you or I could have the power to put him in jail, but we don't need to. You could make a reasonable assumption and a reasonable assessment based upon the information that's out there. You know what he's done. You know he's a monster, but then again, so are you.
That he has, then obviously I was asked to do an interview with Russell Brand last week, but I declined because he is literally on trial. But I do believe in the presumption of innocence.
So why didn't you talk to Russell Brand then? Hang on, no, you can't have it both ways, my friend. Why did you refuse to interview or talk with Russell Brand when he hasn't been convicted of anything? You're assuming innocence until proven guilt. Or you're just full of shit. One of the two. I don't know.
It's a cornerstone of the justice system.
Right, but you are not a member of the justice system, are you? So what difference does it make to who you talk to?
So you can't go around declaring people guilty before they've been tried.
You have, though. You've declared fucking Russell Brand to be guilty, which, by the way, he is, obviously. But, like, you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and have eaten your piece of cake.
But now that he's been charged in Britain, then that will be different.
So, I mean,
this was in Romania.
But you're clear. You're not.
Fuck Romania, then, I guess, right? Wow! Wait, thanks for your international solidarity there, George. That's absolutely fantastic.
Throbbing.
You've never endorsed Andrew Tate, which seems to be kind of the implication. It has to be said it's your political enemies who are saying that. But you have built up quite a lot of political enemies along the time you've been.
50 years, yes.
So they kind of gather more stuff on you all the time, don't they? Is that something that you're kind of familiar with? Is this kind of smearing you and making you associating you with Andrew Tate, for example, or the...
You know, you don't have to suck his dick, right? Crispin, you don't have to do that. You could ask him a proper question. Like, doing tricks on this man's meat is not in the job description.
Julian Assange before, and then the Novara media.
I was blacklisted by the Stop the War, Palestine Solidarity, even Cuba Solidarity.
Because you're a fucking lunatic. You're a hateful little bastard. Yes, you've supported all manner of authoritarianism. So yeah, you should be blacklisted because you're an awful person. Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Throbbing.
I'm going to use that one completely injudiciously, with reckless gay abandon.
Because they are all controlled by the same tiny overlapping group of Trotskyites and liberals, and
he means Jews.
They could not stomach my defense of Julian Assange. How things changed. By the end, they were falling at the feet of Julian Assange. The same people, I don't want to name names because it'll embarrass you and embarrass some people, the same people who were demanding Julian be extradited to Sweden to face what turned out to be wholly fabricated.
No, they didn't turn out to be that. The two claimants eventually dropped the case because, What was the point? He was in the fucking Ecuadorian embassy in London for a decade. He wasn't going anywhere, so what was the point? That doesn't mean wholly fabricated, does it? Jesus Christ. What a fucking awful cunt.
Wank!
Sexual assault charges, rape charges. So when I defended Assange from those fake charges, I was called...
Not fake.
...called a rape apologist.
You are.
Who now calls Julian Assange a rapist?
I do.
Nobody. They're all desperate to get a smile from him. So these people blacklisted me then, and that's what...
255, what are you doing? Okay, that is cute. There were an indeterminate number of dogs there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 6? I think I can count. Is that the same bit of the? I don't know. It's difficult to know. Oh, big yawn! Massive yawn! Oh. Oh. Oh, he's got a little owl friend. Heck yes. How many dogs are there? That's so many dogs. It's a big pile of dogs. Fuck yes.
Nearly 12 years ago. So you say it's about Andrew Tate, but actually it dates back a lot further than that.
Something that's become familiar to me recently is this compromat issue. People are saying that Starmer, there may be compromat on Starmer. People are saying that there may be compromat on Trump that's making him do what he's doing. Now you've been attacked so often. I mean, your reach, your global reach on your media is so large that you...
It's not that large. It's not. Really isn't. George. The only people still watching George Galloway are me for the lols. Come on now.
Are you worried about these kind of dark arts in pushing people around? Do you trust people as well? I mean, do you have a fear of who you can trust because you don't know who's been blackmailed or compromated or bribed?
I have, in 50 years in politics, been attacked from every side for all of that 50 years. So there's nothing really left to say about me. I have never, ever in my whole life accepted any threat of blackmail. If you were to threaten me with blackmail now, I'd go and give a press conference and expose what it was you were going to expose. I don't actually do things in my life of which I'm ashamed. I might do things of which I'm embarrassed. You know, taking a shit is embarrassing. But
what the? Where did that come from? Also, no, it isn't. What the fuck is that sentence? Taking a shit is embarrassing. No, it isn't. It's fine. It's like the most natural thing in the world. Why would you be embarrassed about it? Literally everyone does it. He's a shy pooper. Galloway the shy shitter. This is mad. Oh yeah, there's no way this guy washes his ass. Absolutely. Does he think it's a bit gay? Bums and that. Well, what is more like having gay sex than having a turd in your rectum? That's basically like, it's basically like a poo cock. It's a stiff dick of poop. Especially stiff if you haven't had enough fibre. Wiping your bottom is LGBT propaganda. True. We're having that sentence again, by the way, because that's fucking madness. See, this is the thing. Galloway's always entertainment. He's never sensical. He's always entertaining.
Embarrassed, you know. Taking a shit is embarrassing, but it's not something you could be ashamed of. So you wouldn't want to see it on the front of the Daily Mail.
I wouldn't want to see it.
Nobody would want to see it. But do you see my point? There's a difference between embarrassment and a shame. I don't do things of which I'd be ashamed. So you couldn't blackmail me. And if you tried, as I say, I would immediately expose it. But cash and compromat are two of the main reasons why our political class is captured. We have suffered state capture.
LGBT poo.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
By Israel in this country and in the United States, and I presume in other European countries too. And the two means by which that is done are cash and compromat, or both. Our labour...
Is that too far? No, it's fine. I'm doing a bit.
Aristocracy now, I suppose, if you can call them that, were all recruited to the Israel cause when they were students, when they were in student politics. They were all taken on grace and favour, 5-star luxury trips to Israel, and I've no idea what they did there, but whatever they did there was definitely...
Oh, for fuck's sake, George, you're just doing weird JQ stuff now.
Videoed. And if they were given cash, that was definitely videoed too. So cash and compromat are, I think, the two main reasons why
this is genuinely
our entire political class is almost 100% pro-Israel, while our populations have never been more strongly against Israel. So that doesn't make any sense in democratic politics. That makes no sense at all. There has to be a reason. I'm giving you two, cash and compromise.
Time in the present series. Time.
Always a pleasure.
And,
you're one of the few men I'd pause to speak to a camera with.
Well, thank you for that. I've just spoken to George Galloway, and I think it's very interesting what he's...
It wasn't very interesting. That was fucking tedious. You know what's not going to be tedious, though? Jeremy Cunting Beadle.
Jeremy Beadle brings the best camcorder comedy to You've Been Framed.
Americans, feast your eyes on some absolutely classic British culture, okay? The nation that gave you Shakespeare also gave you Jeremy Beadle.
Oh, yeah.
Kev, do you think he's supporting the hunger strike? Probably, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy!
Look at that fucking set. Oh my god, the 90s. Can we retroactively nuke the whole decade, the 1990s, please? Kev's dad incoming.
You just assaulted me.
You fucking throbber.
Throbbing.
Thank you. Hi, and a very warm welcome to the You've Been Framed Winter Warmer. Yes, it's that time of year when the wind whistles, the nights draw in, and grown men think seriously about wearing woolly hats. but we're not going to let the season get...
That is a stiff dick of poop. That is a stiff dick of poop. That was supposed to be a joke, apparently. I'm seeing double.
It's a fucking disgrace.
Dickheads.
us down. No, let's turn up the heat and dive into a selection box of goodies from your camcorders. This intrepid explorer is heading for the South Pole.
This was entertainment. Back before they invented the internet. Thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting a sub to Duck Authority, which for some reason has sparked a hype train. Thank you, everyone. If we get to level 2 of the hype train, I'll finger my will to live, because it's dying. As we speak. Speaking of the 90s, what's this? Thank you,
255. Amazing snowman. I'm going to put...
Oh, I do like receiving presents. I wonder what my nephew and niece have...
Kev, this is your best work.
You gun. Fuck. You fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. I'm not even going to say thank you for the bits. I'm just going to say go fuck yourself.
Bought me. You don't think you're a bit young for me, do you?
If you don't
sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
We had America's funniest home videos with Bob Saget.
Bob Saget? Who is this? Is it pronounced like that, or is it Bob Saget? I don't recognise this dude. Do we recognise this person? Oh, he dead. Okay. He died in 2022. Well, R.I.P. Bob Saget.
Yeah, thanks. You really shouldn't have. I don't know. Giving presents. It's easy for the whole thing to get blown up out of all proportion.
It's a pretty good.
I had a feeling it was an animal. Like this. Yeah. For the thing and ride this darn thing. And look what happens when I sit down. I don't know. Daddy, give me a turtle just like I want it.
Wow. and here you've been so naughty lately.
And he still gave me good stuff.
That kid probably runs a bank now.
Is it a fight?
Just what I need.
Almost as embarrassing as taking a shit.
Keep myself warm and snug by the fire. A mug of cocoa and some videos guaranteed to warm my cockles. Some like it hot, heat, the towering inferno. Oh, and of course, a pair of hot pants. So let's raise your...
Oh, fucking kill me, you fuck. I'm done. I'm done. So, what the fuck, since this tragedy? What's this? The Great Teletubby Shortage of 97. I vaguely recognise that. I still don't see the so-called resemblance. No, yeah, I don't look like him. That's why people keep saying it, because it's not fun. It's not funny. Shut up. What did we learn from today's show, chat? To be fair, we never see... Yes, you do. You do see my hands. I use my hands all the time. Fuck off. The prosthetics on this one are very good. Anyway, that's a joke about being Jeremy Beadle. I'm not Jeremy Beadle. Looks like CGI. You imagine that? Imagine how low grade my show is, because all of the funds went into CGIing, pretending to have normal hands. What? Why did you film your man's casket? Why did his hands look plastic? All the signs were there, chat. All the signs were there. Anyway, who should we send everyone over to? Because I'm done. I'm done for the evening. Thank you for joining me for whatever the fuck this stream was. I'll have proper stuff at some point. I don't know. I mean, I say that. Let's be honest, I won't. I'll send you over to Katie on the YouTubes. You and Beadle's face mash. Oh, that is fucking grotesque. Thank you, 255. We've made Kev crash out. No, Kev made Kev crash out. Cinemarxism? Yeah, fuck it. I'm not... do I know that person? I'm not sure I do. Anyway, do I follow them? I think I do. They've been in chat before, right? Okay, go and say hello to them. And I'll see you all probably tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. Thank you all for listening and watching. Free Palestine. No pass around.